day. Today I'm going to make a tissue jar. It's going to be painted and it will say bless you on it. So I'm gonna let you guys hang out with me while I do that. I'm gonna try to give it a distressed kind of look. I've never done it, but I've seen the process several times, so we're gonna give it a shot. So this is a plastic jar from Michaels because I have 5 little children who will probably eventually get to it, even though it will be in my room. I don't want broken glass all over my house. Other things that you will need: paint, obviously, paintbrush or something to apply paint with, a sponge or paper towel, whatever you have on hand, finger paint, who knows, but anyway, something to apply the paint. I am also going to rest it on this paper plate so that I don't get paint everywhere. And then another helpful thing is I'm going to use a drill to drill out a circle on the top. You can use probably like this feels kind of like tin, so I would say maybe a can opener, like a P38 or something. Kudos to you if you know what that is, because they don't use them anymore. But you know, something to cut through the lid, you can use that, but I just want the perfect circle, so I'm going to be using a drill. Anyway, so let's get started. So I'm going to start with a base of white, just so that I cover the whole thing. It's going to be a rough base. Not really going for anything super pretty or fancy. Is it beautiful? My 3-year-old thinks it's beautiful, so that's all that matters, right?
Wait.
Yes, baby.
Why is Carrie 3 years old?
Is she 3 or is she 4? I think she's 3. Are you 3? See, I don't even know how old my kids are anymore. There's too many of them. Alright, we're gonna paint this last coat and let that dry, and then we're gonna work on the decal and drilling out our lid. My jar is done. I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to wash my brush on my palette, and then we will get the lid taking. Alright, next up is to make the decal. I'm going to start by measuring my jar. This isn't actually the jar I'm using, an identical one. I'm going to measure the space that I want the decal to be. So we're looking at, so I'm going to go with 2 by 2. It's gonna be a little bit difficult to get it on the curve, but it won't be too bad, I don't think. So, for those of you who aren't familiar, I use a silhouette. I am going to I like that. Okay. Now we're gonna color it. It's gonna be white, I think. Just so that I can see what it's going to look like. Okay, yeah, I like that. I think it'll be okay. I don't like the space in between the words, so what I'm going to do is change the line spacing a little bit so it's closer. Barely not touching, a little tiny bit more. That way it's closer together. And now we're going to set it in position, and it is right the exact size that I need. Weeding it might be a little tedious, but I think it'll be okay. It's not a big thing. So here we go. It took an ass with it, and now I have to redo the entire thing so that I can get the spacing right. So frustrating. You guys, there's a reason why I don't craft when my children are awake, and this is it. I forgot to do a very important thing. When working with very small, fine, thin text, you're supposed to weld them. If it's like calligraphy type, like I'm using. And I did not weld them, and that is why those stupid letters kept pulling apart. Don't make the same mistake that I make. So here we go. I'm gonna weld them together, and then we're gonna take 3. So super simple to weld, by the way. You just take your text, you right click, and you tap on weld. And voila! It'll cut it as one piece now, instead of each individual stupid letter like it was doing, like, cause I'm silly and forgot. So, here we go. Take 3. While my kids are screeching like horses, or what they predict as horses. Okay, so I'm gonna keep the same settings. Speed at 2, blade at 2, force at 10, 2 passes. Here we go. Do you guys see what I mean by super thin fine text? So this is where the letters join or would join, but because at the end of a word, it like the blade was taking it with it. I'm gonna see if I can manage to get it off without messing it up. Otherwise I'm switching fonts. I'm gonna do this off camera, and hopefully that will help, because I seem to be a little more stressed out when I'm on camera. I don't know why, but here we go. I got it. So I cut away a lot of the unnecessary negative space as well to give myself a little more room and a little less vinyl. And it took a lot of patience, way too long for something so small, and I had to constantly hold these thin parts down with my weeding tool, but I got it. So we're gonna apply it here in a minute. Okay, so we're gonna get it onto, let's see if I can get it in camera, the transfer tape, which is literally just a big roll of masking tape. The tack is a little bit different, like oh my goodness, between my kids yelling and this stuff not working. Here we go. This word right here does not want to leave the backing for some reason. Okay, this decal is determined not to work today, and I am determined to make it work. So I very carefully took it off of the original transfer tape I had. I just tore a brand new piece of transfer tape, and we're gonna try it again and see how this goes. I will make this work. Final step. We are going to sand and distress this a little bit, not a lot, because I really like the blue. I'm gonna use fine sandpaper. And here is the final product. I added some roses because I like flowers and roses and stuff. I did not fit an entire box of tissue, and it did not fit like that. I folded it up individually, which is probably more trouble than it's worth, but I think one of those little packets of tissue, like the plastic packets, would fit just fine, and they would come out nice and neat. The box was just too much. But yeah, so there is my tissue jar.